What's up, everybody? My name is Kody Rattler, and welcome back to my bonus episode of Shadow of the Colossus. Guys, recently I had played through this game on my channel, so I decided, why not make this bonus episode where I rate all the Colossus by my favorite and least favorite. For those of you guys that had seen my Link to the Past series, I did this very same video with all the items from The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. That was a lot of fun, and I really like that format, so today I'm going to be doing that exact same thing. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Alright, so first things first, I want to show you guys that I found this really cute chart online, and I wanted to use this as my graph, at least for each Colossus. When I was thinking about it, I tried finding images that would fit for this kind of chart, and using the actual images from the game was just too complex to be snipping and putting their faces on all these charts. So I found this awesome little chart. Like I said, it's adorable. Look at them, all 1 through 16, plus our hero and the dead maiden. Anyways, let's dive in. Alright, so I've got all the Colossi plotted onto this graph, and I've got my S through F tier template in front of us. I figured the best way to approach this is probably just going straight down the line. Like, it makes sense to go consecutive. I played them in order. That's the way this rating should go. So that's what we're doing. Alright, anyways, for the first one. Alright, Colossus number 1. I feel like this is a classic. This is an entry into the game. It gets people familiar with the mechanics. It gets you familiar with the fact that you're taking down these colossal titans. And, yeah, it just kicks off your epic adventure. It is a favorite of mine. Probably not the best. I want to put it above C because I feel like it's better than that. But, to me, it's going to fall between B and C. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna say B. I feel like there's a special place in my heart because it is the first one, because we all share that nostalgic first encounter of a Colossus, and this was it. All right, moving on to number 2. Not a favorite of mine. If you guys saw episode 2, I struggled for the first like 30 seconds in remembering how the heck do I bring this thing down, or rather, how do I climb up onto it. You have to shoot the hooves like underneath its feet. When it walks, it exposes some weak spots, but you gotta be behind it. It wasn't my favorite. Honestly, I like the environment way more than I like the battle. Like, it's in a huge canyon that's just beautiful, but there's really nothing special about this one. I'm gonna put it in C. Alright, number 3. This one is a favorite of mine. I want to say probably B. I'm just feeling that it should go up here. It was a really cool battle. You climb up to the very top of this, like, giant, I don't know, spire thing. Like, it's got, like, this spiral staircase thing that goes up to the top of it, and then it's just this giant flat platform arena. And it's over a big-ass lake, so that's cool. But more importantly, the dude uses a long-ass sword, and he strikes down at you, and you've got to, like, get him to hit something in order to break off a part of his arm. It's just awesome. It was one of my more favorite interactive fights, and it's fairly in the beginning of the game, so it really gets players open to the idea of thinking outside the box. Alright, number 4. Fuck this guy. He's going in E. I was very vocal about hating this one. It's just annoying. If you've played the game, you probably agree with me. Number 4 sucks. This is that horse in the graveyard area that you've got to basically trick into lowering its head. You've got to go underground, and it was just annoying growing up. I never really knew what triggered it. I did pretty well in episode 4 this time around, so yay. But whatever, not a favorite of mine. He can stay in E. Number 5, definitely another favorite of mine. I'm putting him up in A. I already know he's above B. It's definitely not going to stay in S, because S, I feel like that needs to be reserved for the best of the best. There should only be 1 or 2 up there. But number 5, the flying bird, I thought this was an epic fight. It's a giant falcon thing over a big open lake. The battle is just awesome. Like, if you consider the fact that it's this big-ass eagle on this massive perch, you shoot it with an arrow, and then it just comes down at you, and from there it's up to you to jump on it as it's flying at you, and then it just takes you up in the air. Next thing you know, you guys are going full speed airborne. That was just really cool. The whole battle is epic to me. And then when you defeat it, it has that crash where it just lands into the water below. It's amazing. It's an A for me. All right, let's take a look at number 6, our bearded friend. This one was pretty fun. I like this one. I have no complaints. I think it's fun because when you jump down into the area, you immediately start having to run away. You guys remember I told you, don't waste any time like looking back, just go. You've got to get over 2 walls, and he just plows through them, so best thing to do is just keep running all the way to the back, and then you get him to lower himself, and he puts his beard low enough to the ground where you can climb up. I always thought that was cool. It's a humanoid. I'm going to put him, I don't know, I'm going to put him in B. He wasn't a favorite of mine, but like he's cool. I definitely don't dislike him. I feel like it falls in line with the other 2 that have been in B so far, although I like number 3 a little bit more. Alright, at number 7, so I had started talking about this and then realized this isn't even the Colossus I thought. Look at this one. This doesn't look like it was the water one. Like, this looks like it's the one in the water. I'm getting them mixed up. Anyways, number 7 was the big-ass electric eel. This is the lake one, the one in the water. Let's not confuse it with the earthworm that looks like it's coming out of the water. Anyway, number 7. I hate this one. I hate this one because it's in the water. I thought the actual fight was cool. The fact that he uses electricity. The fact that you kind of have to wait for it to emerge from the water, and then a certain point of its tail gets high enough out of the water you can grab. I thought that was cool. I just hate the fact that it's in the water. I'm going to put it in D. I want to fill up the D category a little bit. I don't hate it as much as 4, because 4 actually sucks, the battle itself. D was a fun battle, but I just don't like the open water. I'm not a big fan. Alright, jumping over to number 8. These little images are kind of hard to tell after like looking at them for just I don't know, I get them mixed up after so long. But number 8, this was the little electric lizard that clung onto the walls. It was like a little mini arena that we had to get into. It shot blasts of like electricity that created spores you can't stand in. You had to flip it after knocking it off the wall, and then you had to stab its stomach. This one was pretty cool. Nothing like crazy about it. I'd say it's average, you know. There's really nothing insane to me. I'm gonna put it in C. I didn't like it as much as some of the ones in B. I don't hate it. It's gonna go right there, smack dab in the middle. All right, what's next? Number 9. So this is the one that was in the geysers. This battle sucks. As far as the actual Colossus itself, it's pretty cool looking. It's a giant turtle almost, and the only way on its back is to get it to walk over a geyser and then have that geyser activate, and it basically just shoots water underneath its stomach to where you can knock out some targets on its feet and push it over. Overall, I didn't hate it, at least not as much. It's not my favorite. I'm gonna put it in D because it's a little I don't know, it's a little involved compared to the other ones. Like I said, the hard part is really getting it over a geyser, and the fact that it can shoot at you and doesn't necessarily need to be right next to you to do damage. Yeah, he's going in D. Alright, next we've got the sand one. So this one was in the giant cave that was nothing but sand dune and some giant pillars. This was another favorite of mine. It's really cool. The fact that it just like flies through the sand like it's swimming. It's basically a sand serpent. And you had to get it to chase you and shoot its eyes, at which point it would basically lose control and hit the wall, and then you could climb up on it. I thought this battle was cool. I thought the design of the Colossus is cool too. I don't know, I'm going to put it in B. I feel like B is a heavy category. A lot of these Colossus are up there, not quite my favorite, but B is definitely, look at it, it's getting pretty hot here. Alright, next up we have, what are we on, 10 now? No, that was 10. This is 11. I can math. So this is the small one that we had to use a torch. This guy is aggressive. It is a cool battle. It's the smallest one you encounter, and up until this point, like it definitely is left field compared to everything else. I thought it was interactive, and if you guys saw the video, it threw me for a loop. The fact that I could hit the tree and hit the wall, and if you hit either of those things, you could fall off. That's terrifying because now you have this tank-size lion just charging at you. This is a fun battle. I'd go so far as to, I want to put it almost in A because B is getting too big, and I do like this battle. So we'll put it in A. Alright, number 12. We can just go ahead and say big ol' fuck you to this one. This is coming in F. We all knew it was going to be an F. I was very adamant about hating this one. I titled it The Worst Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah, that should have told you guys prior to even watching this I was going to have this one in F. I hate this one. Just to recap, this is the one that's in the giant lake, and it's very involved. You have to get it to bring its hands up so that you can climb on its face. Then you've got to hit some pillars on its head to bring it over to another bigger monument thing. Then you got to be on top of that to get him to once again bring his legs even higher. And then his stomach exposes itself where you can hit it. Then you have to repeat the whole process again because you can only hit his stomach twice. So yeah, fuck that guy. Alright, that brings me to number 13. This one is amazing. Without a doubt it's going in S. This one, I've said it before, I think this defines the game. This is the giant sand serpent in the desert with open sky. It lives in the ground, but it flaps its wing things and it can fly. I don't know. But it was a really cool battle. You have to use the horse, you have to climb up on the side of it, and once you get to the top, it's just a matter of quickly doing the damage, and it is a little annoying that it goes back into the sands. You can't kill it all in one loop, but that's how they go. They get harder and harder. As far as the Colossus design, amazing. The battle, the fact that it started on ground and goes into the sky, also amazing. This is S rank, no doubt. One of the best of the best, in my opinion. Alright, what's that leave next? 14. So this was another small one, except for I feel like this one was very annoying because it was basically a game of cat and mouse. You have to drag this thing all the way over to the end of the fight, and then at that point you can expose its weakness and then it's over. So most of the battle is just getting this thing to follow me. I don't think I have enough in the lower categories. I'm gonna say either C or D. I don't hate the fight, so I'll put it in C. The reason I'm thinking D is just because, again, most of it is just having it follow you. It's not even a fight so much as just annoying. Let's get this over with, but I'll leave it in C, whatever. Alright, then we've got number 15, second to last. This one was really cool. I'm going to go ahead and put it up in A. And I say that because this one, it had a really big open arena. It looked like a Colosseum. Had an awesome cutscene where it comes over the mountain and almost makes it look like the Colossus had been just waiting for you the entire time, whereas some of the others were just wandering. So I don't know what the heck it was doing on the other side of that mountain, but it comes up the second you're there, so it's like ready for battle. Also, it's very aggressive. It holds a pretty big sword, and it doesn't really waste time to walk towards you and either stomp or hit you with its weapon. Yeah. That was a fun episode. Definitely one of my favorites. So I'm going to put it in A. And I think number 16 is just epic. I feel like this is just the cherry on top of the entire game. It shows you like really what they had been thinking when they designed this game. This one has to go up in S. I think it's a favorite just because, like I said, it's such a good conclusion. And when you consider all the 15 that lead up to it, it's like it prepared you for this moment. You've got this epic, stormy battle where you just lost your horse. Shit's emotional. The whole time you're trying to get close to this thing, it's just shooting lasers at you. It's like an adventure just to make it to it, and then you gotta climb all the way up to the top. There's only really one weak spot on the top of his head with a bunch of mini weak spots on the way so that you can get up there. I don't know, the battle is interactive. And then of course, it gives you to the final scene of the game where things conclude. Definitely had to go into S. But with that, I feel like that wraps up the video. That was a lot of fun. I feel like with 16 Colossus, it's not too many to rate. With the Legend of Zelda game, I feel like I had so many items. I'm like, what the hell do I even do here? But this was straightforward. What do you guys think? Would you agree with me on some of these, or do you disagree? What are some of your favorites? If you had to pick one, what's your favorite out of all of them? I'm going to go ahead and just wrap up this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I thought it would be fun to do a little bonus video. I'm going to keep this nice and short. I got some video games to play. There's not enough time in the day. We've got the Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC that just came out. It's so much fun. Also, I bought Resident Evil 4 on Switch. I might play that down the road. If you guys are interested in seeing that game, that might be a contender. But at the time that I'm posting this video, it's Thursday, so tomorrow is Last of Us 2, which means I'm going to be hitting that hard. You guys can expect to see some content moving forward. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this far in the video. Please give it a like if you enjoyed it. Hit the bell notification for some more. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Adios.